Hi there, my name's Lizzie. I'm a tutor at CREATE98 and today I'm going to be showing you how to do mixed media collages. Our theme for today is going to be astrology, as I think this is quite a pretty piece of art that we can work on, and then we'll make nice framed pictures for you after to put in your home. I'm going to change the camera now so that you can see the tutorial, and I hope that you enjoy. Thank you. Right, so for this particular activity, you don't really need to go out and buy lots of different resources, and lots of the things that you will need, if you do need to buy them, you can buy on places like Amazon, but hopefully a lot of these things you can use from around your home, as collages are often used with things like magazine cuttings, bits of paper and different mixed media things that you can use. So for example, today, this is what we're going to be making. So we have a mixed media collage, so it's kind of got a little bit of an astrology theme going on. So you kind of got like a space theme, so you've got like planets, and you've got different kind of sort of crystal tones and things like that, which I thought would make a nice piece of art that you can put in your home. But you really can do any theme that you would like to do, to be honest. You can do a mood board, which might be quite a nice way of expressing your emotions at the moment, using again magazine cuttings, colours that mean something to you. You could even personalise it to your own zodiac, so it could kind of be, you know, Leo or Virgo or whatever you want to do really. Just kind of collaging is a nice way of sort of getting your emotions down without actually painting if you don't feel confident doing that. So I thought that's what we can do today. This activity can be used and done by adults or children, families. You can adapt it and simplify it to however sort of detailed or simple you'd like it to be. So I'm going to go through roughly what we need resources wise first. So again, I would say that if you have access to a computer or printer, you could print off different images. So again, my theme for today is kind of space and astrology and that kind of sort of planet theme. So again, we have like the zodiacs and the star illustrations and things like that, as you can see here. But you can do anything you want to. So you can make it like a sunny theme or a rainbow theme, which everyone seems to be doing at the moment. But yeah, that's what we're going to do today. So we need some cutouts of magazines and things like that, or you can print off images off the computer or photos or anything that you want to do to personalise it. You also will need felt. So again, I've got kind of shades of blues today to go with my theme, like as more of a spacey theme. But that's kind of a harder felt, more like a sort of a card felt really. You can buy that on places like Amazon or again online on any craft shops online. We also need a selection of papers. So if you're crafty, you might have things like this at home. So again, I have stuck to those kind of tones again. So you've got textured papers, blue card and things like that, and other different colours that you might want to use. So that's that. You can also use fabric. So again, we've got some kind of organza here in silvers and some black lace, which looks quite nice when you sort of layer it up. But our main thing that we need really is some black card or paper. So preferably we have this here. I would say for a size to go in a frame, if you want to frame it, I would say you go 7 by 9 inches. And that's quite a nice sort of size to do as a piece of art. But again, you can do whatever size that you wish to do. So it can be bigger or smaller, whatever you want to do. So I'm going to show you roughly how to do this today as a tutorial, but you can, so obviously collage can take a long time or a short time. So you can spend as long as you want doing it. So we're going to go through it in stages. So it's kind of more simplified. Another thing, your main thing that you'll need today is Pritt stick, which hopefully most of you have at home. You also need some acrylic paint and Tipp-Ex, which I will explain later. And obviously Yoo-hoo glue as well, which can be bought from most kind of places like the pound shop or online. I know you can get that on Amazon as well. You need scissors. So again, if you're a child, please be careful. Maybe ask a parent for help with this. Obviously paint brushes. And these here, which are little stick-on gems, as I'm going to explain later, which kind of can create your starry effect. So, also another thing I'd recommend is that before you start getting messy with this, because it can get a bit messy, make sure to use an apron and also have like some paper or a cloth over the table. So, right, I'm going to start with our piece of paper. And again, you can do this however way you want to do. I'm going to start by tearing off some bits of paper in that kind of theme for your Pritt stick, and just any area you want. We just want to kind of cover our paper. Like I said, this is going to be a lot of layers, but you can do it as kind of complicated or as simple as you want to. So we're going to do a quick version today for the video time. So again, it's quite nice to sort of stick to the same theme. So like I'm trying to stick to blues and kind of silvers and blacks, obviously, if it's going to be like an astrology kind of planet, sort of solar system kind of theme. You can get lots of nice images on Pinterest and things that you can print off, which I've used a lot for mine. So again, I think we're going to go for, this is quite a nice image here. So we could maybe use the moon side of that, like that. Stick that on. So again, as long as you've got Pritt stick, that's kind of your main ingredient really that you need for this activity. So you're kind of aiming to cover most of the page. And obviously make sure that your background kind of main base of paper that we explained earlier, you have that in a card. I say maybe a card rather than a paper, but it doesn't really matter. You can use paper. It just depends if you sort of want to frame it afterwards, which we're going to explain later. That's it. So go for more kind of bluey tones for this. That's it. So say this is quite a nice activity to do on your own, as collaging can be quite therapeutic for adults. Also, it's fun to do as a family as well. And like I said, you can often use lots of things that you have around the house, like magazines and things and bits of card and paper. So it's quite an easy one to do without having to leave the house due to current circumstances, but you can get a lot of this stuff online. It can be as elaborate or simple as you want. So we're kind of aiming to cover most of our paper. That's it. So I think we're going to go for maybe another image. So I've got some here that are kind of more of a starry effect. So we could have that along the side. Like that. There we go. And so mood boards, like in this same kind of design context, are a really nice way of expressing emotion. And you can really elaborate with fabric and buttons and glitter and all sorts on them. So I'm going to do, I think, one more image. It's quite nice. This one says a sky full of stars, which is quite fitting to our theme. Right, so we're kind of covering most of our paper here with obviously different sort of textures and papers. So the next bit that we're going to do, as you can see on the final example here, a little bit close to the camera, you can see that we have used different bits of felt, what we explained, the hard felt earlier. So I've cut out sort of like moon shapes, like that. Again, if you're a child, you might want to ask an adult for help with this. But you just want to cut out kind of random shapes you can use to sort of create like a planet or anything like that really, which looks quite pretty. So again, for this I would recommend using Yoo-hoo glue, which is a little bit messy and smelly, but it fits the, it sticks the felt better. So again, you might want to ask for help if you're a child or need some assistance, but it does stick the felt better. So be like our moon here, which looks quite pretty, as you can see here, and you can sort of elaborate as much as you want with your little pieces. So again, you probably can use Pritt stick for the smaller bits. You want to kind of add those little cut-ins on there, as when you have a moon, often they have different kind of swirly grey patterns and things, don't they? So I'll put that on there like that. again, you can take as much time as you want with this. So as you can see, we've kind of created that nice toned planet effect there. And you can kind of really elaborate that with things like glitter. So I have things like glitter in that here that you can use. You can even use white paint to kind of flick over it, which can be a little bit messy, as I'm going to show you in a minute. So there we have our kind of first layer. So once we've done that, I've done one that would kind of be a bit more of an elaboration. This is what you could go on to the next stage. So again, you have kind of bits of gold, your bits of glitter here, which looks quite nice. You've got some gold paper here. We've even got some of the felt we can cut into kind of triangle shapes, like kind of shooting star shapes. And you could write something nice on there, like it could be peace or hope, or anything you want really to personalise it. So it looks quite nice. And I'm going to show you on another bit of card just how to create that kind of messy star effect. Now this is something that you probably will need an apron for, because it's a little bit messy. So again, we want to use some of our paint. Acrylic paint or poster paint would be fine for this. I'll show you what I mean. This bit is quite fun and messy. So put this little bit of paint on a dish like that. Then using our paintbrush, you might need some kitchen roll as well for this. You want to kind of mix up a bit of silver and a bit of white like that, and you want to make it quite kind of watery, because the next bit you're going to do is a little bit messy, but it does create quite a nice effect. So you get your paintbrush, you need quite a thick paintbrush, maybe like a bristly paintbrush would do quite nicely. You've got your card, and use your finger, and you just kind of almost flick it over the paintbrush like that. So you might want to do it a little bit firmer, and it creates quite a nice, almost like a star effect, which looks nice. And obviously the more water you apply on that, the bigger that your blobs will be. It almost creates a bit of a galaxy effect, which I think is quite nice, or Milky Way, as you can see here. And you can do that, like I said, over your collage like that to create a star effect. You can use Tipp-Ex to create bigger blobs like this. And another thing you can do, so you might want to have wet wipes at hand or kitchen or just to give your hands a wipe. You can also use this, which is called fast drying glossy craft polish. That's in gold, but this is the effects that I have done over some of my collage. You can use kitchen roll or your finger, and it just kind of blends in quite a nice sort of gold, again, shooting star effect that you can put over some of your collage in. If you really want to get a bit fancy and you're quite arty, use a finer brush, and it's slightly more for adults, or if you're a child, ask for some help with an adult. You can use your paint to create sort of star effects. So simple lines like this, and then just random little dots, which looks quite pretty and can resemble some of the kind of shooting star patterns that we have here. So again, you can take as much time as you want on this, which looks quite nice. And also you can use glitter. So again, you would be doing these effects over your pattern, but you can use glitter as well. So you might want to put a little bit of gold and silver like that. Then again, using hairspray was quite a good fix tip. Just give it a little spray, and you've got different kind of star effects here that can layer up your collage. So we're going to put that aside for now. And like I said, all you would need if you wanted to do that last bit where we have like a little message, as you see here, that says hope, I would just use a simple Sharpie pen or a fine liner to decorate that. And if you want to keep layering it up, you can also use stick-on gems, as I've done here. As if I hold it close to the camera, as you can see on our shooting stars, which look quite pretty as well. So that's kind of all there is to it for our collage, because again, you can make this as elaborate as you wish and take as much time as you want. But if you did want to finish off, and I'll show you the final example again, you can frame it if that's what you would like to do. I went for a basic sort of 9 by 7 inch frame, but again, you can do this whatever size you wish. You can laminate it, you can do it larger. I mean, they look quite nice larger sometimes if you're doing mood boards and things like that. But this is the size that I have gone for to present my artwork. So it makes quite a nice gift for somebody and looks nicer presented that way as well, as it looks quite 3D when you look at it up close. So we're going to put that aside for now. But yes, that's how to do a simple astrology collage. And like I said, if you want to get more ideas and do a theme that you want, if you look on Pinterest for things like mood boards and things like that, you can get loads of lovely ideas to personalise them, and it's a really lovely way of getting your emotions down, and you know, especially in current circumstances. So I hope that you have enjoyed that today, and please carry on looking on CREATE98 for more ideas and tutorials. Okay, stay safe everybody. Thank you. Bye.